Today on the Gebs 24, we fight for deals and we head back to base to make some important changes for a very special guest.
So this is definitely one of the biggest game stores I've seen in a long time, and that's because they're all in Sports Direct. Fun fact, when I was at uni, this was here. And I remember when Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 3 came out, and I had no money, and I really wanted it, and it was always kind of like here on an advertisement. So I used to go in there all the time to look at it and hope that I could salvage up some money to try and find that game. But I thought we'd nip in, because usually these places, if there's any on the high street, are over encumbered with toys. Kind of looks like toys, so we'll see what games they have got in. Plushies on the walk-in here. Oh, I have this one. He's awesome. That's cool. They do actually have majority toys and plushies, but we have the odd game. Now, I picked this up online for, I think, like $54.99 on the PS5. Don't think it was a special edition, though. But we'll take a look at the games here. These guys actually have quite a few selections in here. Some really nice stuff like Dead Cells Return to Castlevania. Oh yes, this is actually supposed to be really good in at $25.99 on the Switch. Some DK returns. We actually completed this on stream on Kick. Come on over there, guys. We stream every Friday, Saturday, Sunday. This is actually solid game. What else we got in? Oh, now I own a digital copy of this. I just don't think I really want to dive in and buy the physical, you know. What else we got? This, tried to play this again recently, really struggled to get back into it. Much prefer the original. What else do we got in on this? Now they don't do pre-owned anymore either, which is a shame. So everything on here is all your brand new stuff. And it is such a shame they don't do pre-owned anymore. Such a shame. Loads of accessories as well. But I'm not bothered by accessories. All right, let's see what's cracking off. I have never seen this. Worms Armageddon Anniversary Edition. Never seen it. See what else we've got. This was probably one of my biggest disappointments of last year. I think I got like an hour and 10-minute gameplay from start to finish. And it wasn't actually much more than that when it launched, to be fair. This is a rip-off. Picked this up for $9.99 in Smith's. Terrible game. I've got some, I'm just scoping prices at this point, guys, because it's actually nice to kind of come into game and actually see a plethora of games. Wouldn't pay $54.99. What else we got in? Of course, we're seeing that on the Switch, same price. That's not bad for 14 quid. Or is it 2K 25? That is not bad. That is a bargain alert, guys. If you're coming in, that is a bargain. Shame that I already have it. What else we got? Oh, now that is also a bargain there as well. Major bargain. See where else we're at. We've got some Ragnarok in. Still at $59.99. Give me a break, as if. Now, it'd be interesting to see what the prices are on this. I'm reckoning 55. 59. But it is a pearler of a game. It really is a pearler of a game. Still need to complete it. Because in a Monday's episode, I picked up a really good Xbox game from CX. Luminek. Do they have it, first of all? I'm not going to tell you what it is, but they don't have it. But look at this. Look at the price on that. 90 quid when it's on Game Pass. I honestly don't know why people would pay that. To say it's like a substandard game as well is an understatement. And even that, This is the deluxe edition though. I think it's a lot cheaper on standard. £77.99. Oh, £8. Yeah, some really expensive stuff. I picked this up as well on their PS5 recently. Paid about £50, brand new, but I did buy it from an online retailer. Game is, get some decent bargains, like you said, you know, your top spin, decent price, even cheaper on PS5. But some of it is astronomical. I like it in here. I just wish they had more games. Whoa, check this Perspex lamp going on. I think I'd seen that previously. Yes, that's wicked. I've got no room though, so it can stay. Our mortal enemy in any Mario Kart game. Ugh. It's not as bad as the blue shell though, to be fair. Okay, I have been wondering about this. I've seen loads of people play online, and apparently the gameplay length is quite hefty, but I am not a huge fan of Yakuza games other than the mainline stuff, so I definitely won't be paying $54.99. This, now let's just talk about this. Apparently it's a real slow burner. You need to play it for hours before you can really get into it, and it really opens up, and that is the reason I'm not buying it. This, £37, would you pay it? Lots of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles toys. See what I mean, guys? This place has turned into a toy store. It's like Smith's frickin' Toys, dude.
I need a few seconds of your time to tell you about channel memberships. If you guys want to become a channel member, click join from the main page or the second link in the description. There are 3 tiers, all with different perks for you if you want to become a team member. Thanks for your time. Let's continue with the video.
Okay, Team 24. That was actually a really pleasant experience to go in there. Yes, it was over encumbered with toys, very minimal selection of games, but for it to not be in Sports Direct or be in one of the tiny high street shops like the one I typically go to was a breath of fresh air. And there's a little bit of nostalgia there because it was my university go-to. Obviously, I absolutely wanted Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 3 so bad on PS2. I was broke at university. I think I did end up kind of managing to get £29.99 from somewhere to actually buy it. But nonetheless, it was great to kind of go in there. So we've got some bits to do around here today. There's a few things because we have Callum, Retro Ghetto's coming to film in here and up there on Sunday. I've already filmed his game room and we are doing our next collab next week, and I've learned some really cool things from him about arranging different shelves. His Super Nintendo collection is definitely way better presented than mine, but it has given me some ideas for how I'm going to be developing this particular area over the next 12 months. But I do believe that there's a few tweaks we can make today, so that's going to be coming up later in this episode. But I just want to say, and I'm not going to mention this episode again, that with this episode here, which was not the kind of episode I wanted to make, just to say a massive thank you to everybody that's been really kind in their comments about the scam that has been going around on Facebook and other selling sites. People know who this person is. It's not for me to say in the slightest, but I just want to say a heartfelt thank you very much for your kind words. And flipping heck, the super chats that went off in that episode absolutely took my breath away. So, like, genuinely thank you. The now infamous fake cartridges are here. You can go watch the episode if you want or not. But it's nice that people can kind of come together, and what the overarching message was if that video stops one person from being scammed by him again, and he's done it to multiple people. I was speaking to a friend who's had over £600 gone. It's very clever the way these games were presented on the selling sites. Like I say, I'm not going to mention any more about it because I don't believe in milking things. It's done now, and we move forward with the quality content and the energy that we put out here at the Gebs 24 for the amazing viewers, you guys, Team 24. I just love you, love the audience, and thank you so much for the endearing support and love. So without further ado, we've got some stuff to do. I'm actually going to start not with this lot, but stuff in terms of the Wii games and possibly my Game Gear games. Let's flip the camera. All right, here's what we're going to do. We have a lot of dead space here, and we also have some games here, Wii and Nintendo GameCube. So what we're actually going to do is dreaded double road. However, tips with Callum, there's a way to obviously elevate these up so we can make better use of this dead space and essentially get this off the darn floor, because I am done with things on the floor. So obviously we'll have to move the Japanese GameCube games out, which is absolutely fine. Totally fine, and we'll find somewhere. Thankfully they're quite small, so I'm confident we'll find somewhere pretty nice for them as we go along here with this mission. And of course, you guys know that that means we clean the shelves and the games. Here we have VHS, pretty decent ones by the looks of things. However, that doesn't matter. Now, I cannot take credit for this. This is 100% on Callum. This is a brilliant idea, and it's a great way to elevate the games. Probably going to need more than this, but however, it will just elevate the game slightly, so when you double row them, you can actually see what's behind. You are not going to believe this. The £210 fake Super Nintendo games have really come in handy to elevate these GameCube games, to polish it off. I'm going to move that shelf up to there, so on and so forth. We're making new space. Oh, thank you. Every cloud has a silver lining. So what I'm going to do, there's going to be a little bit of room for some front-facing ones here. I'm going to put some big hitters out like your Marios. So I thought that I could kind of put some of them to one side and then have some front-facing ones for, I guess, additional aesthetic. For me, I alphabetize, not to the nth degree, like group the A's, group the B's, group the C's, and that's exactly what we've done here. And obviously it's going to make more room for the Wii games, so I can get them off the floor, get that out here, more floor space. It's going to look mint. Mint. Right, we kind of got it locked in. You can see, I mean, it's not the perfectly straight line, but that's okay. But you can see what they are. Obviously, if you just want to check it again, you can pull the games back. We've got some nice heavy hitters on the front. I'm going to bring some Wii up and fill this and shift these onto here, which is going to free that up. And look what I found, guys. 1080 Avalanche. Now, this is a great game, but it goes all the way up there. My question is, do I really want to move everything? And my answer is No, so I'm going to stick it at the end of the Zs. That just fell off the shelf. This is a wee water bottle. Somebody gave me this along with some Toys R Us point of sale when I went to America to Southeast Game Exchange in 2024. There's an entire playlist of retro game hunts, the American retro game hunts, right on the main page of the channel if you want to check it out. We have an additional stack here that we're going to integrate. We've got all the way down to Wii Sports, T, The House of the Dead. So I'm just going to bring these up. What I might do is put that there to separate the Wii games and the GameCube games. Let's go! Random 32X games here. They'll be going somewhere with the Game Gear games. Alrighty then. Thought I'd kind of just put that on the front there. I think that looks really nice just to separate, you know, the two. We obviously got a little bit of space here. But yeah, this is looking pretty smart actually. We've really have made better use of the space thanks to Callum's tips. We've got some nice cardboard sleeved games which were right on the end of the Zs actually. Got some Super Mario Brothers Brawl facing the wrong way there. The artwork is crisp. We'll keep you there. And of course, we've got Shakedown Hawaii and Retro City Rampage DX, both sealed, both in case protectors. I have these on PS3 and on the 3DS as well. Yes, we've got Shakedown Hawaii. But these were some of the last games to be released on the Wii. Well after its life cycle. The Blank Collector Seal. Again, just really great company, and I purchased them when they came out a few years ago. Now obviously these are pretty cool. Let me just show you these, bear with me. So we've got some 30th anniversary pin badges here with the NES artwork, and there's more in there which I'll show you, but what it means is I could probably have these actually out somewhere now. We can kind of put them there. The artwork on the front does look stunning. And then this one, if my memory serves me correctly, yes, Zelda. So Triforce Heroes, again, really nice stuff going on there. And I'll probably put that, if we put that kind of like here, I'll keep the slipcase very safe behind there because I don't want to lose it. But yeah, it's kind of like nice and uniform, unless what we could do is have them maybe like this. I'll show you, lift the camera, maybe have them like that, because having them together I think does look a lot better. A little bit of kind of damage on there, but that's okay. But I think this shelving area does look really, really cool. Very special part of the project next. Something in here that I picked up in this episode, which is to do with the Starwing competition cart. I have some frames and it is time to put these up. I'm going to find somewhere to put these up because these are incredibly rare and incredibly special. And I'll show you once they're framed. You don't need to see the process. I'll show you once they're framed. Whew, finally done that. Finally done it. They look amazing. Not professionally. I'm going to take them to a professional to kind of polish this up, but these look amazing. We have the original signing up sheets for the Starwing Challenge. The Starwing Challenge from 21st of May. What is this? Official release date 5th of June. Complete the details below and drop this form into the competition box to enter the prize draw and win 10 limited edition Starwing flight jackets. Beat the queues and avoid disappointment by reserving your own new copy of Starwing Game Pack. Fill in the details below and hand the completed form to staff to guarantee yourself a copy. Now we ain't done, because as you saw, hopefully, if you watched my episode, I also have an original certificate, Starwing Challenge. Oh my God, look at that. And of course, to top it off, I mean, you guys have seen that we do have the Starwing competition cartridge here, taken it apart previously to prove its legitimacy, and this is indeed a piece of British history. Starwing, not Star Fox competition cartridge, hence the term British history. Video game, in fact it's not just that, is it? It's Super Nintendo British history. So now I need to find somewhere to put these in here, which is probably going to be very difficult considering there's absolutely no wall space whatsoever. But hey, onwards we go. It's been a while since we've tackled the Sega games. I say Sega games, Genesis as well as Mega Drive. But of course we've got a rogue Super Mario Bros. 3 alarm clock. I got absolutely roasted for that. I love the fact that everything on here is Sega. Forget the stuff on the top because that's like PSP, Game Boy. And then there's just a random, it's just a little weird nod that I find hilarious. Ridiculous, I know. But hey, what are you gonna do? Now I've got loads of Pixel Pals, so I'm gonna get a ton of, I think these are AAA. Yeah, AAA batteries. This one just lights up. Akuma. I'm going to get an absolute load of these. So when Callum does come and do the tour, they're all going to be lit up nice. Like I say, I've got a few down there. We've got a few on the cubes. This place is going to literally be looking lit. Whoa. Mega Man might not work though. How annoying is that? How annoying is that? I hope we can we'll get some rubbing alcohol on that later, off camera, but we'll make sure he does work for the game room tour. How cool is the artwork on the Ottifants? Just take a look at that. Doesn't that look absolutely mint? It really does look cool. It's so vibrant and it's really obscure as well. Oh, I forgot that the manual was missing the cover, but it's so vibrant. I love it. Let's put that in a box protector. There we go, looking so much better. The box isn't great, but boy is this a fantastic game. I remember it from being a little girl. I think we rented this actually. And again, the artwork is truly iconic. Stack of SNES games there, stack of Sega Mega Drive, stack of PS1, all alphabetized. So we'll put this bad boy back on display, nice and clean and well protected. Yeah! So, pretty happy with this area. One thing that does slightly knock me, but there's nothing I can really do, we've got loads of 3DS games in the corner. You can barely see them. There's some DS games as well, some really nice stuff like Alien Infestation. Again, I can access them, I know they're there, but in terms of like the tour purposes, it's probably not going to be that great. But again, sometimes you've just got to work, you know, have the best of a bad situation, because the bad situation for collecting is, as you all know, is space. So you kind of have to get really creative. The Game Boy and Game Boy Advance stuff is much more accessible. But overall, I really like this area. One thing I am guilty of though is not alphabetizing the Sega Master System games. And I don't really care to, so we'll leave them there. And I've done the dreaded kind of few bits front facing here. We've got some big hitters like, well, it's not big hitter, but Super Hang-On. When I went to Gamescom in 2018, I met Yu Suzuki, of course the creator of Shenmue, and of course he did Super Hang-On as well. So he signed my copy of this, as well as I got loads of it signed. I had a copy of Retro Gamer with, you know, it was a Shenmue version of Retro Gamer, and he signed that as well. So yeah, that was absolutely mint. So I tend to have things that are signed by big devs front facing. I really am kind of a huge advocate of that. In my personal collection, we've got loads of Super Nintendo stuff and the Donkey Kong stuff, signed by Kev Bayliss as well. So really nice. Super Famicom here, lovely pops of colour, and I've got my big hitter, you know, a couple of big hitter PlayStation ones. This is factory sealed, of course, Castlevania Symphony of the Night. Paid about $300 or $350 for that a few years ago. So I like to keep them front facing. I've got the Japanese and it's just NTSC, sorry. NTSC Greatest Hits, both versions there. So the non-Greatest Hits, I'll just show you in Greatest Hits. Unfortunately, this one's battered. That is absolutely battered and it's missing the front, because what you see there that's water damaged is actually the manual. It's so water damaged, you can't even open it. So that was like a cheap copy, which is like 50 quid. But then I got the Greatest Hits version as well. And then of course I've got the good old PAL version. So, you know, for me, kind of overall, I think this corner, there we go, if things actually stay, I think this corner with my beloved arcade cab is actually really, really nice. Now do excuse the ladders to the lady loft here, but the same goes for this corner. I'm really proud of the PS2 section. I think it looks really, really nice, and I love these just random Super Mario Brothers original from the 90s front-facing figures. I need 2 more of them actually. I think there's one on eBay. I believe that there's actually I need 3 more. So I need Mario, Luigi and Goomba, and I think that there's Goomba on that's got an old sticker on it. No, from Kenny's, no. On eBay. So I might invest in that very, very soon. So what I'm going to do is give these a nice wipe down, get everything nice and smelling good. I need to do the same over there. Cleaning makes you feel good. Okay guys, that is going to do it for this episode. I hope you've enjoyed it. We have had a mission to game. We have done loads of stuff in here. We're about to go and finish filming for Thursday's episode up in the lady loft. Got loads planned, trust me, I wish I could tell you. Thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe, and guys, see ya very, very soon. Bye!